Okay, welcome back. Today we have something a little bit special for you. You're going to get some insight into our laser coaching sessions where Kate and I coach students personally. Now, of course, our CCA students always have access to our coaching calls twice a month, and then, of course, our fabulous Facebook group as well. But these are special calls where we really get to dig into their specific questions in that moment. They're only 10 minutes, but boy, do we pack a lot of coaching and information in there. The topics are going to run the gamut. So no matter what you are interested in as a copywriter, even though you're not in the hot seat, I guarantee that you're going to hear something useful and interesting. Also, just a heads up that in a couple of the recordings, students mention Pitchapalooza and Right Starts, which are a couple of our student-only events. They're free for our students, and as with everything we do, they're designed to get people taking action and seeing success. So when you hear that reference, just know that that's what they are. So without further ado, let's dig into our laser coaching sessions. But how can we help you?
Well, I'm older, and I think I'm the queen of resistance because I feel like I'm an old geezer with all of these copy people who are so young and hip and got purple hair, and here am I. It's hampered me for at least a year.
The thinking that way has hampered you for at least a year would be my guess, huh?
Yeah. And I'm terrified. I started posting on LinkedIn, and somebody from a packaging company in South Carolina sent me an email yesterday, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh no, I can actually do it. Yeah.
I don't even have a website or a portfolio out yet. So
great. This is a good sign. Yes.
Yeah. Now you got a piece for your portfolio potentially.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm just having a very difficult time trying to have confidence as an older person, starting something completely new.
Well, what I would say as someone who is older than people who are brand new to this industry, absolutely, older every year, the great thing, or one of the great things about copywriting, is that no one can see who you are behind the words, right? It's not like when you put your pieces together, you say, yes, I'm Karen, I'm XYZ age. They see your work and they judge the merit of your work. When they look through your portfolio, they look through your piece and they go, oh, she wrote that really well. And that's a good choice. That's really insightful. And oh, wow, she was really able to get that brand voice. When people are looking to hire copywriters, they're looking to hire really good copywriters, and they don't care if that copywriter is 12 years old. They don't care if that copywriter is 120 years old. If that copywriter is good, they will hire them. Absolutely. And on top of the fact that, quite frankly, I think being a little bit older gives us a little bit more perspective and a little bit more insight into various target audiences, because we've lived a little bit longer, we've seen more of the world, we've interacted with more people than people who are in their 20s, which is not to say that people can't be excellent copywriters in their 20s. But when you have more experience in the world, you have more insight, and it might be just even a little bit easier for you to dig into a target audience's needs and wants and relate to them, and then convey that in your copywriting. That life experience is especially valuable as a copywriter. Does that make sense?
It does. And I think I don't think enough about that. I see youth and all of this stuff.
We're talking about me, right, Karen?
Yes.
It was my birthday this week, so I need to take that. I'm gonna take
Happy
that.
birthday.
Thank you. 42.
I was going to say
hit
though,
real hard.
I would explore, and you don't have to use it as your USP, but I would dig into your age and experience as a USP for yourself to give yourself, like, write your way to that confidence boost, to explore it and be like, oh yeah, all of these things I have and bring to the table because of my age. And see if you then can just post that in front of your computer if you need to and reference it and say, oh yeah, here's my reminder. Here are all the things that I'm bringing to the table that these young whippersnappers are never going to bring to the table.
Snappers. That's adorable.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I love that. And then too, you can look at it before, anytime you're feeling that like, or anytime, you see people
Before
in the group or you see people on social media.
Call. Yeah.
Yes. Anytime you start to feel that feeling, take a look at it, remind yourself of why your age is valuable. Absolutely. I love that, Kate. Good idea.
That is good.
I was going to ask you though, to dig in, is there anything specific in terms of, I know your age, but as you're trying to do work, or is it like stopping you from pitching? Is it stopping you? Where is it, I guess, or is it everywhere?
The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got my, my website almost finished. But it's just like, I keep dragging my feet.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter's got a YouTube channel of her own. She's like, crafty. She knits and crochets, and she's all the time talking about these, independent yarn dyers.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll say, Mom, I got this yarn. It's so good, but their website just doesn't reflect this, that, and the other thing. And she's given me all of these, come on.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I'm scared, man.
Well, you know what? Here's the secret. The secret is that at some point, doesn't matter age, gender, experience, anything, at some point, everybody feels scared to do it, to take that first step, because it's out of your comfort zone. Your studying and your practice has been in the relatively safe, well, definitely safe environments of the group and just in the course. And so, that stepping outside it's new. So it's going to feel a little bit, it's going to kick up that resistance. It's going to make you go, I don't know if I can do this. And also too, as soon as you're like, you know what, my age is an asset, that resistance is going to think of something else that it's like, well, but I live here and that's my, the only way to overcome that resistance. And I definitely agree with Kate's suggestion about just remembering exactly why your age is an asset. But the only way to get past that is just to finally hold your nose and jump in.
That's true.
But also
you're going to feel so much better though on the other side. Think of how you feel right now. And I feel like and as you said, it's holding you up for a year. And I've had this in other areas of my life where then you start to feel like guilt on top of it. And then you feel all these other emotions of like, oh, I haven't done that. And then you beat yourself up harder. And you're just envision how you will feel once you send an email and say, oh yeah, that wasn't hard. I sent this email. I put myself out there.
Just an email.
All right. And then you start to feel that relief almost of, oh yeah, like I've been working this up and building it in my head so long that it's, never worse is what we make it to be in our brains.
Yeah. And remember too, that this email, and actually we're just talking to someone else about this email it's valuable, right? You're not showing up in someone's inbox being like, please give me work. You're showing up and you're saying, hey, really love what you do. I had a good idea for you. If you'd like to talk about how I could maybe make this happen for you, obviously not these exact words, that, but if you'd like to talk about that, do you have time on Friday to have a quick chat? You're showing up with something valuable. You're showing up with a gift. And yes, there are going to be some people that don't respond to you. But also don't forget to follow up, because there's a lot of people your email will just get lost in their inbox. So definitely follow up. But there are going to be some people that don't respond. But there are also going to be plenty of people who write back and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I just identified that we needed to do this and I wasn't even sure where to start. Can we get on a call? It's you have something really valuable to offer that people need. These yarn companies think of how much their business is being held back by the fact that they have crummy websites.
Yeah.
And think of how much you could help them just by rewriting their websites. I mean, that is so valuable. And that is what you have to offer. You're bringing that to the table. And not only that, but they may be going, oh, the website isn't good, but I don't know where to start. You are showing up in their inbox in the most wonderful, friendly way possible and providing the solution like magic. So don't ever forget that the pitch emails. Yes, we hope that the end outcome is work. That would be great. That's kind of the point of it. But you are, more than anything else, you are there to provide value, and you are there to offer your help in building their business. And that's what you're sending out. You're not sending out, you're not begging them to, you're sending out. Every email you're sending out is offering help to people who need your help.
I guess I'm thinking to not send out the email, to not offer help, is to a certain degree kind of selfish.
It is. When you think about it, you have this valuable skill and they need it. I agree. That's if that helps you to think about it that way, then yes, absolutely. Keeping this to yourself can be construed as selfish. They need you.
This may work for me.
Good.
I hope it does. Yeah, you have a gift, Karen.
Yeah,
share your gift.
Yeah, it may. I've worked in property management, and I got the biggest kick out of finding out exactly what people were looking for. I had a manager who wanted to, luxury this and luxury that. And it just really came down to, they wanted a home and they wanted to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what led me to copywriting, because they called me the worder. If it had to be written, give it to Karen, she's the worder. And it was such a rush to be able to pair their needs with exactly what we had. And the whole package. And even people from Jamaica and different places, they would come in to sign their lease. And it was, I feel like I've been here before. I know you already.
Yes.
So, so that, I don't know, that wasn't selfish. That was serving. So I have to think of it as serving and not being selfish.
Exactly. And also, using your skills is not using your skills to make a living is what everyone has to do anyway, right? It's not if a doctor sets someone's broken leg, they're not being selfish, right?
Right.
They're helping that person with the broken leg. If a copywriter uses their skills to help a company build their business, equally not being selfish, they're being of service to the business. They're being of service to the business's customers who might not have found that solution otherwise, or identified that business's solution was the best one for them. It's not even just helping the business. It gets bigger. It's a domino effect.
Yeah. That's good. This is going to work. I feel better now.
Good.
Yes.
Keep us posted in the group. If you do the USP exercise, please post that as well. You don't have to necessarily share it with the world, I understand, but definitely do that exercise. And I hope you'll realize, I feel like once you get going, you'll realize how much that you forget that.
Yeah. And I was going to ask one other thing. I had another instructor and was told, when you do your portfolio, don't post anything in its entirety because someone will rip it off.
No. I don't know who would rip it. Like if, I'm going to post an ad that I did for DoorDash.
Cheetos.
Exactly. For Cheetos. Who's going in and stealing the copy for Cheetos? You know what I mean? Like, and no, you have to post what you did in your entirety, because that's Otherwise the potential,
and if someone rips it off, they're playing with plagiarism. So best of luck to them.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to put it in the entirety, because your potential clients are going to want to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get that done. She put it in the context of a contest for a company, and myself and several other people wrote this big package of emails and Facebook ads, and golly, I can't remember what all we wrote. And she paid us $1,000 each for doing it, and then picked the one that she wanted. I came down to the final two.
That's great.
But somebody with more experience in functional medicine got the job, which I understand. But I've got this big package of emails and Facebook ads and everything. They're just words. I guess I need to get a designer and do something with them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Awesome. Well, then you get your next steps. Excellent. Good for you. Good for you. And do definitely keep us updated in the Facebook group.
Okay. Yes. I will.
All right.
Thanks,
Karen. Good work.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure. Like what you heard? Hit subscribe so you never miss a video. And if you're ready to take the first step toward becoming a copywriter yourself, sign up for a free video training right here.